Good afternoon and welcome to Durfee High School's Mac Aldridge Field for Big 3 soccer as the boys varsity team for the Hilltoppers squares off against arch rival New Bedford, the Whalers, coming to town. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Matsu. Thanks for tuning in to Fred TV Sports on Channel 9. This should be a great matchup between two schools that have been going up against each other for years and years and years. Both teams struggling a little bit early on in the season. New Bedford has been dealing with some injuries, but now they have players back on the field, which is huge. 3 of their top players were injured over the past week, and now they are back. 2 of them were captains. So a big help there for the Whalers having these players back on the field. For the Hilltoppers, unfortunately, the injury bug has gotten worse since the last time that we saw them, and that was against the Brockton Boxers for the home opener. Hilltoppers have found that they are now down more than when we last saw them, and one of those players that is down and out for now is senior Ibrahim Naata, who we saw get injured in that game against Brockton. He is out. He was cleated. That was the injury. We weren't sure what it was at the time, but he was cleated, and he has a bone bruise on his ankle. Ouch. So that is a big loss for Durfee. But the Hilltoppers will have to make do with some of their bench players. They have brought up some other players. They have Marco Corey, a sophomore, and Armando Franco, another sophomore. So we'll see them probably getting some action. Actually, Mark had a goal in a game earlier this week, so he, right out of the gate, is making his presence known out on the field. Also in goal, the head coach, Tiberio Mello, telling me that the Hilltoppers are without both starting goalies. Richard Malave and Nick Oliveira are both injured, so they have William Boner, a freshman, starting in net for the Durfee team. So just like that, play is underway here at Mac Aldridge Field. Teams coming in record-wise. The Hilltoppers are 1-2-2. And the New Bedford Whalers are sporting the same record, believe it or not, at 1-2-2. In the Big 3, the Hilltoppers are 0-1-0. The Whalers 0-0-1. They tied with Brockton earlier this week. We've been very lucky to have spectacular weather so far this fall, and it continues here into mid-September. Sunny, 73 degrees. No clouds in sight, and a slight breeze heading east. That ball went out of play on the far side of the field. The Hilltoppers will throw it in. Hilltoppers sporting white shirts and red shorts. The Whalers sporting all red. And New Bedford trying to move the ball up. That's number 24, though, for the Hilltoppers. Leandro Oliveira, as he sends it down into this near corner. And a push out of bounds by Junior Perez as the Whalers throw it back in. Nice move there from number 8, Kevin Ferreira. He is one of the players, one of the senior captains that was injured and now back on the field. I had the pleasure of seeing one of New Bedford's last games. It was against the Dartmouth Indians in Dartmouth, and it was a really entertaining game. Both teams played very hard, and despite New Bedford being down players, they kept it very competitive throughout the game. So one of their keys to the game, if you will, Coach Massaraco for the Whalers, John Massaraco, he tells me that one of the biggest things that the Whalers need to do is to control the pace on offense. If they hold the ball and have possession of the ball and force the defense to get tired, that's when they thrive. And you see first opportunity for the Hilltoppers goalie, William Boner, coming out and able to snare that one. It's a short kick. He's kind of kicking into the wind as the direction has just changed now more in a southerly direction, so the Hilltoppers having to kick into the wind. Not too helpful, and now he's going one-on-one with the Whalers. You see that ball does not get too far. It just kind of dies out there. You can probably even hear the wind at home on our speakers too. It's a little bit breezy, but it's nice and warm up here on the press box roof. So for the Hilltoppers in their last game, Coach Tiberio Mello telling us that the last time we saw them it was against Brockton, and it's kind of the same thing for them. Unfortunately, like I said, the injury bug has gotten to them even worse now, as they're without some other players than they were against Brockton. Is a shot on net, and that is blocked nicely. I believe that was Mark Okori. Nope, that was number 2, Gabriel Oliveira. But for the Hilltoppers, Coach Mello saying that they need to limit the mistakes. If you recall in the Brockton game last week, in the home opener, the Hilltoppers allowed a goal 15 seconds into play. So they've already corrected that issue, as we are now coming up on 4 minutes of game time. But those are the kinds of little mistakes that, and once the team gets back to full strength and we see some of these injured players, I mean, there's a whole slew of them. Senior goalie Richard Malave, sophomore goalie Nick Oliveira, both starters. Senior defenseman Jeremy Rebello. Senior Connor Riley. Senior Ibrahim Naata. Sophomore Lucas Souza. And junior Jarrell Davidson. So, I mean, the list, hopefully for Durfee, will not get any larger than it is coming into today's game. But those are some key players that are out. So Lucas Souza is actually out for the season. He's on crutches right now. And we should have a corner kick coming up for New Bedford. We will. Connor Riley, he did play in that Brockton game, but he is nursing a bad back right now. He's out due to a back injury. This will be interesting with the wind. They kick it into the wind, hoping for a little push, and that's off the head and over the net. No good. Whaler is making a bid for the opening score here 5 minutes in. Of course, we play 40-minute quarters here in high school, which is actually really a long time when you consider the pros play 45-minute halves. High school is playing 40-minute halves, plus stoppage time. Oh, there's a kick and a whistle. As going down was Yorick Sajman. This is a big win. Coach Mello saying that this is a very big day today. If they can win this game, that would help them out tremendously in the Big Three, which of course is Brockton, New Bedford, and Durfee. So, and a handball coming. Coach Massaraco seeing it. He made the call before the officials. This is the kind of game, when you only have 4 league games a season, every game is so crucial. So the Hilltoppers already with 1 loss in conference play, in league play, and they are in desperate need of a win here this afternoon so that they don't fall too far behind. No whistle there as number 1 going down. That was Avadio Matos. Oh, that was actually number 17, my bad. Clayton DeMello, who went down into the turf, and there was no whistle there. The officials deeming that it was unintentional. And I believe that went out there just off to the side. It did, so it is a throw-in. Little hook kick from Tiago Mimoso all the way to the far side, and that will get out of play. And it will still be New Bedford ball. So for the most part, play on Durfee's side of the field. New Bedford doing what they do best, and that is staying aggressive and playing the ball up, keeping the offense in high gear. And that went out behind the goal line, so New Bedford set up for another corner kick. Gives the signal, kick on its way. It's a low liner and hit straight in the air by one of the Hilltopper defenders, and that'll result in a second corner kick here for the Whalers. Some tension there on the field. A Whalers player holding his nose going down. You can tell the rivalry is alive and well. And now the officials giving a warning to the two players. Too much pushing and shoving. I think the next time, if there is a next time, you'll see a card getting handed to somebody. Kick on its way. This one, a little ground ball. They pass it back, go for the shot, and it is off the side of the net. No good. Durfee will take over and kick it out. Hilltoppers trying to get it down the field. It gets past midfield into the circle where the Whalers recover the ball. Mimoso passing it up. Turned around by Kevin Abarker, takes a shot on net, and William Boner able to tip it out. He went up the ladder. And a nice play from the freshman goalie, able to deflect it over the net. The Whalers will get their 4th corner kick of the game. We're just 10 minutes in. From inside the flag, a different angle there, trying to clear it out. Oh, what a stop by William Boner. And we have a Hilltopper down on the field. Quick reflexes there in net by number 29, William Boner, a freshman, making a great play there to keep this game scoreless. It will be Whalers' ball. They'll throw it in. Good throw on its way. Boner has to take it as it was deflected off the head of one of the Whalers players there. So he plays it, and he will kick it away. That's a good kick. That'll land in the circle. Ooh, going down hard was number 3, it appeared there. Michael Chang, and he's still on the field. He went up to play it off his head, and he got tangled up with one of the Durfee players and toppled right down hard onto the field, onto his side. Again, I believe that was number 3, Michael Chang. It was. He's up. Trying to walk it off. Looks a little bit woozy, if you will. He'll take a second to breathe. Kick coming to the near side here. Kicked up by number 2. That was Gabriel Oliveira. And a break for the Whalers. And it's going to go wide. The wind helping out Durfee right there. Justin Barrows, one of the other players for the Whalers that had been injured, who is now back. Barrows took a bid. He had Boner playing forward out of the net, but the wind pushed it out of play. Durfee will recover here, and they'll get to kick it out. And it goes right to Kevin Abarca, but cleared nicely. Passed up ahead to number 8 for the Hilltoppers. Junior Perez trying to turn it around. He cannot. Kick on its way, and the wind played with that one as well. Yorick Sajman with a bid here. That's the Hilltoppers' first scoring chance of the afternoon. But the wind right now, it's picking up, and it seems like it will be a factor going forward. That's 2 kicks in the air that have just gotten completely pushed aside by the breeze that we have here. It's shifting from east to southeast, even to southwest a little bit. It's coming at us now on the press box. It'll be Captain Ethan Faria kicking it out. And he's kicking into the wind. You see how far that one went. Cleared back to midfield, right to number 20 for the Hilltoppers, Connor Addison. Now it's sent back, though. The Whalers, Durfee chasing it down, going deep into their own territory. You got to turn it around. That one's going to go out of play. Whalers will throw it in. Hilltoppers really having trouble controlling the ball early on. That's something that the Whalers are doing much better. And that's a big reason as to why the Whalers have controlled play up in this end. They know they're really controlling the ball very well. The Hilltoppers having some issues with that. They'll be working on it for sure. Meanwhile, the Whalers going for number 5 here. 5th corner kick so far. This one from the far side. This one floated towards the net. It's off the head of number 10, it appears. Went out of play. That would have been Tiago Mimoso. For the Hilltoppers, getting ready to check in. Mark Okori, number 21, I mentioned him in the open. And number 14, Justin Moniz. Right off the head of Kendall Pacheco. Whalers trying to push it right back up again. That is a shot on net, going wide and to the left. So substitutions being made as Moniz and Okori coming into the game. 2 of the starters getting some rest. It'll be number 25 for the Hilltoppers, Pedro Costa, and number 19, Taylor Gonzalez. Durfee trying to move the ball up right away. Ethan Faria turns it around, though. Stays in bounds. There's a lot more room there on the sidelines than it looks like. Remember, the white lines, the white boundaries are for football. The soccer boundaries are in yellow, sometimes a little hard to see on the green grass. And a whistle was blown. Could be a free kick for the Hilltoppers, I believe. No, free kick for New Bedford. Kevin Ferreira will do the honors as they move the ball further back. Right at the 50 at midfield. Ferreira looking to send it up. Plays it on the ground, a roller right to his teammate. That was Justin Barrows. Turns towards the net, off the side of the net, no good. Hilltoppers have had just 1 shot on net here in the first 17 minutes or so. The Whalers with plenty more, almost close to 10 between the corner kicks and some of these shots from the field. Nice pass up ahead. Connor Addison going to try to turn it. He has pressure coming and he gives it away. Clayton DeMello turns it around and plays it out. Durfee trying to change the momentum here a little bit and keep play on the New Bedford side of the field. This should be Durfee's ball. It will be. They'll throw it in. Good, strong throw in from Mark Okori. Little hook kick there from Tiago Mimoso. Hilltoppers keep it in the same spot, though. Didn't get through. This one heading towards the net. And the Whalers will clear it out to midfield, and they have manpower. Kevin Abarca coming across the field, and it goes right off of one of the Durfee players. That was William Sobrero. And nice job by goalie William Boner to keep it in play. He just saved a corner kick right there. Went a long way to get it. That's a good break for Durfee. And 2 players going down there on the far side. Durfee ball. They will have a free kick. Hit right back up the field off the head. See, that's one of the things right there. Durfee had the ball in New Bedford territory. This one's coming out of bounds right near us, right down below us. But Durfee tried to turn that around. Instead, it went off the top of the foot and continued up the field. They got to be able to turn those around. But, you know, when you're without so many of your regular players due to injuries, everybody's still kind of learning to work together for this Hilltoppers team, because not all of these guys were starters on opening day. Nice block there by Justin Barrows. He kind of went into a hook slide, and it goes out of play. Durfee will throw it in. That'll be number 2. That's Gabriel Oliveira. Playing with the wind. Possible opportunity there. Sent right back up the field, though. Foot race to the ball between Yorick Sajbin and Kevin Abarca, and it was Abarca who won it as he sent it up the field. Durfee has turned it up a notch here over the last 3 or 4 minutes of play. We've seen the ball going back and forth to both sides as we are now halfway done with this first half, and William Boner has to go down. The ball came loose, and he scoops it halfway through the first half. If you're just joining us after that great save there, we are scoreless from Mac Aldridge Field here on Fred TV Sports, Channel 9, as we bring you Big 3 coverage of boys varsity soccer between the Durfee Hilltoppers and the visiting New Bedford Whalers. Evan Massey with you here this afternoon on just a great day for high school sports. This is not the only game going on right now. The Durfee girls are in New Bedford playing the Lady Whalers. We have field hockey going on the practice field behind us. The girls volleyball team that went off the fence of the bleachers, a little rebound there, out of bounds. Girls volleyball team faced off against New Bedford yesterday, and they lost in 4 games, 3-1 to the Lady Whalers. So lots of Big 3 action here early in the season at Durfee. Next time we see Big 3 soccer, it'll be the ladies taking the field, and that'll be later in October. So we have a few weeks now. There'll be a break in the league play. This one trying to center it, but nobody home for the Hilltoppers. Whalers clear it up. They get it to number 2. That was Gabriel Oliveira for the Hilltoppers who had stopped it. And that's him again right there on the bottom of your screen. Has a lot of pressure, though. Sent back the wrong direction, and this could be trouble. Boner takes it out of the air. He had Edwin Panamino right in his face, and he just took it out of the air. Sajbin lost it there. He had 3 Hilltoppers down the field. He couldn't get the kick off, and going to the ground was Justin Barrows. A quick whistle, much to the disdain of the Hilltoppers fans. Barrows slow to get up. It didn't look like he went down that hard. It'll be a free kick for the Whalers. Athletic Director Victor Pereira telling the fans to take it down a notch, getting passionate here in the early goings. It's a scoreless game. You know, sometimes we forget that these are just high school players here. That's a good kick towards the net. Boner goes up the ladder to get it again. He's having a nice afternoon so far as the freshman goalie for Durfee has blocked multiple chances here for the Whalers to score. But yeah, I think sometimes, you know, we forget that these are just high school players. Everybody wants to win, of course, but gotta keep some decorum and keep things positive. The officials are the ones on the field. They're the ones that are seeing the plays. And I've said it a million times, the officials have to work at it, and I'll tell you, they always get the grief because they're the ones calling the game. It is not a job that I would want. So we do give them credit, I'll tell you that. It's a hard job. Getting ready to throw in was Michael Chang. Goes right out of bounds. Still New Bedford ball, so Chang will do it again, just about 15 yards further up, 20 yards further up. Throws it into the corner. They clear it out, center it. Oh, and it's off the toes. That was a great opportunity for the Whalers. Had a clear shot, but it didn't go. Faria boots it onto the track, over the fence it goes. Or did it say it stayed in off the fence, but well out of bounds. So Durfee will throw it in. Off the head and out of bounds as Mimoso sent it out. So Durfee will get to throw it in again. Quite a ways down the field this time. That is sent towards the net. One of the first opportunities, really, for the Whalers goalie to get his hands on the ball. That's Delphi Vega wearing the 0. A whistle blown. Foul on New Bedford. Durfee with the free kick. That's a little bouncing ball right to number 22 for the Hilltoppers. That was Anis Larby. Durfee trying to clear. They just can't get that good clearing kick. New Bedford's defense has been so strong early on. Every time the Hilltoppers try to clear it out, there's a bunch of Whalers surrounding the ball. That's Justin Barros, number 9, as he kicks it up ahead to his teammate, Kevin Abarca. It's going into the corner, and Durfee will get to kick it out. The Hilltoppers have Jeremy Ribello, number 11, coming into the game, a substitution. Coming out is Connor Addison, number 20. Also swapping positions here. Number 4 coming in for number 6. That's Nathan Medeiros. Armando Franco is number 4, taking the place of Medeiros. A whistle was blown. Free kick for Durfee. Marca Corey, oh, pardon me. That was Leandro Oliveira, number 24, kicking it up. Good strong throw in, but right towards the Whalers. Again, the defense seems to be lined up very well today against Durfee, and these teams are playing a very good game. Franco tried to turn it. It was cleared and sent right back upfield again. Durfee will throw it in. It goes across midfield, sent out of bounds. We'll do it again. This time they go with the short game, and it gets kicked back. Right across there to Gabriel Oliveira. He sends it down the sideline. Nice pass. Oliveira gets it back. Now he gets it to Anis Larbi. They take a shot on net, and they had a great chance there. Nicely set up. Jeremy Rebello took the shot on net. Stopped by Vega. That was set up really well. You know, soccer's like hockey. You've got to take shots on net, because if you don't take shots on net, it's never going to have a chance to get in. The more shots you take on net, sooner or later, you're going to find the goal. You're going to find the back of the net. So that was a good approach from the Hilltoppers. Quick passes. They got it down to the field, and they had Rebello right in front. Kudos to Vega on the stop. A nice job there. A half an hour of gameplay has elapsed. We have 10 minutes plus some stoppage time to allot for in this first half, and we're still scoreless from Mac Aldridge Field at Durfee High. Durfee has definitely stepped it up over the last 10 minutes or so of play. The first 20 minutes of the game, it was really New Bedford controlling the pace. So much action on this right side of the field. But Durfee has turned it up a little bit. They've had some opportunities on the left side on offense. As the breeze picks up again, Durfee throwing it down the field. Hit out of bounds. Whalers do that very well, too. They play the sidelines, not afraid to hit it out of bounds. Make Durfee have to throw it back in again. That's never a bad thing to do. And that will also go out of bounds. Good, strong throw. Rebello tried to go up the ladder. He couldn't get it. Here's a shot on net. Little bouncer. That was Yorick Sajbin who took a shot on net as this high booming kick goes all the way across midfield. Rebello on his horse, going to try to keep it in. And he does. Nicely done. He got to the ball in time. Kicks it through 3 Whalers players, and then it is cleared by Faria and sent up the field by his teammates. That one went out of play, so Mark Okori will throw it in again. He has been busy on that far sideline. There's Gabriel Oliveira, a little rolling pass. They hand it off to Rebello. Boy, he's been busy too since coming into the game. Short time, and he's been very busy. Off the chest of number 4, that's Franco. Nice stop there. Sent back down the field and out of play to the Hilltoppers bench. Out of bounds off of New Bedford, should be Durfee ball. It is. Oliveira will throw it in. Down into the corner. Sajbin back to Oliveira. Oliveira can't settle it, he loses it. And the Whalers push it back up. That's sent out of bounds by Sajbin, and the Whalers will throw it in. And we have some substitutions for New Bedford as number 20 has come into the game. Damon Green, number 14, also back into the game. That's Stefanilo Barboza. Coming out is number 21 and number 11. So Dominic Dos Santos and Kendall Pacheco, number 11 and 21, coming out for now. 2 players going down. Michael Chang for the Whalers. Armando Franco for the Hilltoppers, and the Hilltoppers will get a free kick out of it. The wind is blowing across the field. They do a little pass back and forth on the ground, no big kick. Now going for the kick up the field, off the head, an opportunity. Oh, and it's gonna go over the net and wide to the right. Again, nice job there. So the Hilltoppers really have changed their approach here after the early goings. Been a tale of 2 halves, really. New Bedford controlling much of the first 20 minutes. Durfee turned in the table here in the second 20 minutes of the first half. High kick coming to the near side. That was Larby playing it off the hop. It got away and sent up the field for the Whalers. Coming out of net is Boner. He comes out and he scoops it. That's William, the brother of former Hilltopper Andrew Boner, who graduated a year ago. Also played soccer. Chang sends it to his teammate, to Barboza. Barboza trying to take it up the field. New Bedford, some quick transitions back into the stands it goes. We've had quite a few of those today. Quick throw in for the Whalers, that's out of play. Durfee will throw it in this time. Little bouncer. Gets away from Rebello, tries to block that, he can't. Oh, nice job there, detonating the ball. That was Sajbin. Whalers try to open the field up, they go to the far side now. Hit towards the net, oh, off the head of one of the Hilltoppers. Boner was there to back him up though, as the Durfee goalkeeper has kept this game scoreless. He's been busier than Vega for the Whalers, I'll tell you that. And going down was Damon Green. That should be a free kick here coming up for New Bedford. Big spot here for Durfee. Instead of going for the kill shot, they elect to keep it on the ground. This is sent up ahead though. Yeah, it's gonna go through the uprights, but that has no bearing here in boys soccer. I like the idea though by the Whalers using the head, literally. But that one got a little too much air under it. Through the uprights it went. See, that's one of the things, we mentioned it earlier, the Hilltoppers get the kick out of net, and then instead of being able to deaden the ball, it got away and went right back up the field. Got to be able to stop those. Breaking was Rebello, no offsides. He stays in, but he can't. He loses the ball. Ethan Faria able to take it away. Barboza sent it up the field to Panameno. That is Panameno again. Barboza tries to kick it. It goes out of play. New Bedford ball. They're going to have a corner kick. I believe this is their 7th of the game. Maybe it'll be lucky number 7 for the Whalers. from behind the goal line. Little grounder. And I believe they're going to do it again. They will. Another corner kick coming up. So a little over 2 minutes to play in the first half. We are scoreless. Little floater towards the net. Try to play it on the ground. Hilltoppers can't get it out of their end right now. Whalers trying to get that first score. Now Durfee able to clear it. They send it up the field, and that's going to go out of play. Whalers will throw it in. Boner has to make the play again. Really nice first half for the freshman goalie, William Boner. Hilltoppers with a free kick. Contact was made by Barbosa on Larby. Oh, almost a trip. Staying on his feet was Franco. No whistle. He stayed on his feet. Sajman, it went right off his toes. He sliced it to the right, all the way out on the far side. But he had an open shot. Whalers will throw it in. Kevin Abarca trying to take it up. Nice pass through the Hilltoppers. A shot on net. It'll go wide to the left. Damon Green making a bid to break this scoreless tie. Really nice backhand, around the foot pass behind him. That was Abarca getting it to his teammate. Another shot off onto the track, out of play. Abarca back up the field it goes. Leandro Oliveira played it off in the air, off his foot. And the whistle has sounded. A relatively fast first half. Very little stoppage time. We didn't really have any injuries or anything like that. No timeouts. So after that first half, after 40 minutes of play, we are scoreless here in Big 3 boys soccer. The Whalers 0, the Hilltoppers 0. Second half coming up. Players are headed back onto the field. Second half here from Durfee High School as the Hilltoppers host the New Bedford Whalers for Big 3 boys varsity soccer. We're in a scoreless match right now. After 40 minutes, we cannot decide who has a lead because nobody has scored. So both sides will look to break the ice here. This is a big game, and it's been a really evenly matched contest so far. Durfee meeting in the huddle. New Bedford's players are ready to go. They're in position. So we hope that you'll stay with us here if you're just tuning in. This is the second half about to begin. Boys Varsity Soccer on Fred TV Channel 9. Evan Massoud with you here this afternoon. We've had a steady breeze for the whole game, really, in an easterly direction, but it has shifted from time to time. It's been breezy, and it's affected the ball, especially when it's kicked high into the air. Only dropped 1 degree, 72 degrees here. That first half was really fast. No timeouts, only about a minute or so of stoppage time. We didn't have any injuries, really. So as New Bedford trying to strike early here, a shot taken on net, but you see that one went to the right. There is a considerable amount of breeze and wind. Edwin Panamino, number 7, taking that shot on net. So in the first half, Durfee was trying to score from right to left. Now New Bedford will be scoring from right to left as the teams switch sides at halftime. So everything is reversed. Durfee throwing it in from way down the field. Hilltoppers trying to score here. A nice little clear there on the slide for the Whalers. Little hook slide. Leandro Oliveira trying to turn it around down the field. A whistle is blown. Going down was number 17, Clayton DeMello of New Bedford. That'll earn the Whalers a free kick. Lining it up, sending it towards the net, into the wind now. That is going to go right into the hands of freshman goalie William Boner, who has had a fantastic first half so far, a fantastic game so far. The first half was great. He made some really nice stops, some nice blocks, and he's a big reason as to why this game is scoreless right now. If you miss the open, both Hilltoppers' starting goalies are out right now. Richard Malave, the senior, and Nick Oliveira, the sophomore. So we have freshman William Boner in goal, and he has had a really nice afternoon so far. Sajbin can't do much with that. He'll send it back to Marco Corey, who in turn will get it to Justin Moniz, and now it's sent back down the field. Nice stop by the Hilltoppers. That was Leandro Oliveira who sent it all the way down the field before the Whalers goalkeeper Delphi Vega corralled it and sent it back down the field again. You may hear the Durfee bells even with halftime. In real time, we've only been here an hour since the opening ceremony started, so again, a fast-moving game. Always helpful when there aren't any injuries. We had so many injury timeouts on our first soccer coverage of the season when the Brockton Boxers came to town last week, a game that Durfee lost. So this big three game means a lot for Durfee, because if they're 0-2, the best they can do is be 2-2 at the end of the season in conference play. So this is a big win. New Bedford and Brockton tied 1-1 earlier this week when they squared off against each other for the first time. So they are 0-1. If Durfee can be the first team with a W in the conference, they'll actually move into first place after 2 games. Toppers trying to push that ball up, still on his feet, and a push to the ground. Whalers defense forcing the foul there, and basically a turnover because the Whalers will have a free kick now. Ethan Faria getting rid of it. Sent up the field. Vega comes out. Connor Addison was trying to get there, he could not. Vega makes the stop. And he will kick it, a high kick, and he's dealing with the same issues that Boner had from that end, having to kick into the wind. And we'll see, the wind is going to push that one back in, actually. That was headed for the sidelines as Justin Barrows came down with it. Now Kendall Pacheco, number 21. He'll send it across the field. Look at the wind push it back in the other direction. Tough playing conditions. I'm sure, though, the players would take the wind over, 40 degrees when they're playing at the end of October. It's sunny, it's warm. Just got to play the breeze right. That was almost a handball. Look at that redirect. Up the field it goes. Out of bounds. Durfee keeps it. Ethan Farrier couldn't do anything with that. It got over his head in a hurry, and he had pressure coming. That's going to go behind the net. It'll be a goal kick. Vega getting ready to send it down the field. No, he sends it to the sidelines to Cameron Montero. Justin Moniz, number 14, blocking that. Gets it to Yorick Sajbin. Hilltoppers trying to turn it. They still have it. Connor Addison could not turn it around and get there in time, but what a nice job by the Durfee offense. Not letting up. Very impressive right there. That one heading to the sidelines now. Cameron Montero will throw it in. That one headed towards the net, played off of Faria's head. Kevin Ferreira settling it down. Sending it down the field. He has Damon Green in his sights, who has now picked up the speed. Going one-on-one on that far side. It went out of play. That's a turnover, and that's a Durfee ball. Justin Barrows has some room. Nice pass up ahead to his teammate number 7, and it's cleared out by number 24, Leandro Oliveira. It will be a corner kick, but Edwin Panameno took a shot. Checking into the game here is Kevin Abarca for the offense, for the Whalers, I should say. He'll go right out there on offense. As Damon Green comes out of the game, Kendall Pacheco will kick it from the corner. A liner towards the net. Cleared out by the Hilltoppers. All the way to midfield it goes. Larby on his horse. He can't get there, but the Hilltoppers escape any trouble. They move the ball down the field. And Justin Moniz is able to throw it in. Now a little lob pass to Sajbin. Oh my goodness. And there's no whistle. You've got to be kidding. Connor Addison went down hard. I think he got kicked in the head. But he comes back up. And amazingly right back in it. He's going to have to run this one down. He's going to try to turn it towards the net, right into the hands of Vega. Kendall Pacheco with it now. On the ground it goes towards his teammate across midfield. The Whalers getting some good passing here. Bonner comes out of net, and it is saved by Justin Moniz. Oh, a close call there for Durfee. Justin Barrows had a great opportunity there. It'll be a goal kick. Marco Corey gets the pass. He'll send it down the field. There is Connor Addison heading towards Ethan Farrier, who sends it straight up. Farrier tries to play it. Addison all over him, has pressure, and he's able to clear it, but it goes out of play, and it will be Durfee ball. And a quick substitution for the Hilltoppers. They'll bring in number 19, one of our starters, Taylor Gonzalez, and he'll replace Justin Moniz. Marco Corey, down the field it goes. And back out of play. He'll do it again. Gets a really strong throw. Little pass to Gonzalez just into the game. Mark trying to center it. There's Sajbin. Nice move towards the net, and it's good! Yorick Sajbin breaks the scoreless tie 11 minutes into the second half. Durfee leads 1-0 over New Bedford. A great pass from Mark Okori. Sajbin redirected. He got through the defender and took the shot. 1-0 Hilltoppers. Gonzalez gets it to Okori. They'll try the same MO here. That one goes out of play. And the Whalers will get to throw it in. The Whalers made a quick substitution there as well. Number 6, Jose Lopes coming in for number 13, Cameron Montero. Continuing to pass it down. Tiago Mimoso throwing it down the field again. That one goes out of play. I don't think it was actually ever in bounds. I think the wind pushed it right out, so Okori will throw it in. Mark really has a good throw. Mark also plays volleyball, so he's used to using his arms. Usually plays at the net in boys volleyball. Justin Barros trying to make something happen on offense. Finds Kevin Abarca. Abarca trying to get through. A whistle is blown. A mistake from the Hilltoppers. Again, the fans for Durfee not too thrilled about it. Free kick for the Whalers. Kevin Ferreira from about the 30-yard line. Jeremy Rebello coming into the game, number 11. As Yorick Sajbin, who just scored that goal, he's come out for now. They elect not to go for that kill shot towards the net. Instead, they try to play here, and the Hilltoppers trying to move it up the field. A whistle is blown again. This time, Durfee will have a free kick, and actually we'll have to check on number 11 for the Hilltoppers because we had mentioned in the open that Jeremy Rebello was injured. So I'm not sure if he's playing with an injury or if we have another number 11 on the field. I did check with Coach Mello before the game, and he did mark Jeremy Rebello as an injured player. So. Whalers will throw it in, almost from the corner. That one will go out behind the net. It'll be a goal kick for Vega. Vega looking in the direction of Tiago Mimoso here on the right side of your screen, bottom right side. Back in is Sajbin. As the kick comes down the field, it went back up towards Mimoso. and we'll have another free kick for the Whalers. So some fouls being committed after the first goal of the game, as Bonner has to come out to make the play again. But after that first goal of the game, Durfee with the 1-0 lead. A lot of contact, a lot of fouls, a lot of free kicks. So both teams now getting a little more aggressive. Durfee playing with the lead, the Whalers playing with desperation. Have been held scoreless for the first almost 60 minutes. And here we are again, another prime example. Free kick for the Hilltoppers, a little floater towards the net. And another whistle is blown, my goodness. Leandro Oliveira had the kick. This time, now the goalie, Vega, will kick it out. Far side it goes. Durfee will throw it in. Two-on-one, the Whalers against the Hilltoppers, and a whistle finally is blown on that. A trip will result in a free kick. This is going to be almost as good as a corner kick for Durfee. Clayton DeMello and Kendall Pacheco, numbers 17 and 21 of the Whalers, in on that defensive stop there, which caused the trip and the free kick. The officials will back them up. They were right on the ball. There's a certain amount of space. I believe it's 10 yards they have to be. And the 10-yard block there is good. Off the head towards the net, behind the goal line, and out of play. Here's where across the 5 o'clock hour, this was the 4 o'clock game that this, when we started things off, we're at 5:15. And the shadows are now starting to creep onto the field. That always makes play interesting. It takes a funny bounce. Again, the wind not helping out. Vega had to backpedal it. Nice pass ahead. Marco Curry can't keep it. Tried to pass it ahead. It went off his toes. That one out of play. Mark was able to at least stop the ball for the time being before his teammate kicked it out of play. Justin Barrows trying to cut in. That one centered on net and saved. Again, Boner came out. Gonzalez will send it up the field before it rolls out of bounds. Barrows throwing it in, a little lobber. Cleared up the field to Connor Addison. That's to number 11. Faria will let it go as Vega kicks it into the wind, knocks it right down. There is Faria again. He goes to the ground. Play is stopped once again. I'll tell you what, after the first 20 minutes of the game, Durfee had really stepped it up. They made some adjustments and they got more aggressive. New Bedford was off to the fast start. They could have easily taken a lead in the first 20 minutes. Instead, Durfee was able to hold them. That is gonna be the equalizer right there. It got by Boner. I don't think he ever saw it, to be honest with you. Right into the corner of the net. Kevin Abarca, number 2, getting it done. Halfway through this second half, the game-tying goal. New Bedford answers the call after Durfee broke the scoreless tie. 19 and change to play. We're tied at 1 here at Durfee High. So if you're just tuning in here, 20 minutes or so, 19 and change left in this second half. We have just tied up the game. New Bedford with the goal to make it 1-1. So it's anybody's game again. We hope you'll stay with us here on Fred TV. Durfee will have the throw in. Skied in the air, gonna play it off the head to deaden the ball. Gonzalez chasing it down. That went out of play. Thought it went out off of Justin Barrows. It did not. It'll be Tiago Mimoso getting, oh, the whistle was blown due to the trip. My bad. So it'll be, is it a free kick? We're waiting to see here. Mimoso had it down like it was a free kick. It was not. So now he will throw it in. No foul there, no whistle. It just went out of bounds. Corey goes down, pushed out of bounds by Edwin Panameno. The Whalers keep possession. And they have started playing with a little bit of urgency here. A little more aggressiveness. That's towards the net. Boner takes it on a hop. And he will kick it away. It'll land across midfield. Sajman trying to play it up. Whalers will get another free kick. This has not been as clean of a second half. And that is going to be just wide. And that was well offsides. I cannot believe there was no call on number 7 there, Panameno. He was offsides by about 3 or 4 yards. And there was no call. The rule is you cannot beat the ball. You have to be behind the defense. You can't be ahead of the defense when the ball comes over. And he clearly was. And what's more is he was right in front of the official. So I did not hear a whistle. Very surprising there. Nonetheless, we're still tied. Boner was able to he was able to get there. The ball was going wide as it is, so they got the benefit of the roll. That's sent to Kevin Abarca on the far side. He's met by 2 Hilltoppers. It goes out of play. Durfee throws it in. Now New Bedford ball. Dominic Dos Santos, number 11, on the far side for the Whalers. Abarca now with it. More whistles. And it'll be a free kick for New Bedford. 15 minutes and change to play here at Durfee. Free kick from 25 yards out. They go towards the net. It is cleared by the Hilltoppers and sent back up the field. Ethan Faria on the defensive stop there, but he slowed up, and that's why number 11 on our sheet here, Jeremy Rebello, ran into him. Into the corner it goes. Panameno will try to turn it around. Corey going one-on-one. New Bedford ball. Mimoso will throw it in. He'll get a good running start from on the track. Short pass. He was out of bounds. The whistle blows. It'll be Durfee ball from the corner. Corey will throw it in. And that is going to be kicked out of bounds. Mimoso, same spot again, right to the corner. That will be a goal kick. Connor Addison coming back into the game after a brief stint on the bench. And he replaces number 11 for the Hilltoppers. That's hit towards Gonzalez. He leaves the ball behind, though. New Bedford will get to throw it in. It went off of Sajbin. Oh, actually, Durfee ball. So Okori will throw it in well down the field. Addison trying to scamper around the defense. They get it to Sajbin. Centering pass is going to go through the uprights, but above the net. No goal, no good. Panameno coming out of the game for the Whalers. He'll be substituted by Justin Barrows. So Barrows taking the place of Panameno. Yet another whistle, my goodness. A lot of stoppages over the last 10 minutes of play. Little spin move there from Dos Santos, able to keep possession. Now the Hilltoppers try to regroup on offense. That's to Larby. He spins. He still has the ball, and it's going to go back outside of the goal line. May have a free kick coming up as well. We'll wait and see. It will be a corner kick. And it will be Taylor Gonzalez doing the honors, I believe, or at least he placed the ball. He'll change hands. Looks like William Sobrero, number 18, towards the net. Ball is loose. They'll try to center it. That was Oliveira. No good. And it's a goal! No whistles! Ennis Larby puts the Hilltoppers back on top. 2-1 the score with 11 and change to go. So much traffic in front of the net. Very similar to New Bedford's goal where William Bonner didn't see it. I think the same thing happened to Delphi Vega. I don't think he ever saw that ball. He turned around, the ball was already by him in the back of the net. So the corner kick results in a goal. It took a little while after the kick, but nonetheless, Ennis Larby, a sophomore, number 22, with Durfee's second goal of the afternoon. The Hilltoppers retake the lead, 2-1, with about 10 minutes left to play in the game. Connor Addison with a pass up ahead. Durfee trying to go for it again. Sure looked like there were hands on that play. Looked like Mimoso had touched it on the bounce. Oh, that goes out of play. So it'll be New Bedford ball. Justin Monis lost his footing there, and that's why it went out of bounds. Kendall Pacheco with the ball, passing it down to Cameron Montero. He'll try to turn it around. It goes back to Pacheco. Pacheco playing it up the field, looking for Mimoso to clear it, and he does. And an offsides is called that time. Kevin Abarca cheating in a little bit. Free kick for the Hilltoppers. Line drive all the way across the field. Sajbin thought he kept it in. They call him out. That was a bit of a late whistle, actually. No worse for wear. Durfee retakes possession here. They'll get to throw it in. Marco Corey will do it on this side of the field now here. Right down it goes, off of Connor Addison. Whalers clear it out. You can see, again, the wind still a factor. That was hit towards the benches, and it curled all the way back towards the middle of the field. Durfee ball. Out of play. Corey will do it again. He's been busy. He really has been busy with the throw-in. Since coming into the game, he didn't start, but since coming in, he's been a busy guy on the sidelines. An attempt there from the Hilltoppers, but Ethan Farrier turned his back, played it right off of the back, and it was deflected. Goes to the far side towards the benches, the visiting football benches. It'll be New Bedford ball. That looked like number 14 there, Stefanilo Barboza throwing it in. Whistle sounds, free kick for the Hilltoppers. Little soft pass on the ground just to begin play. At this point, it's basically a game of keep away. Hilltoppers trying to just maintain possession, make solid passes, keep the ball away from New Bedford. Connor Addison trying to make a move. He can't. Nice attempt, though. That is sent down the field off the head of Leandro Oliveira. Wide open for Justin Moniz, and that is headed towards the sidelines. It'll take one bounce and go out of play. Durfee ball. And a substitution now for the Whalers. Damon Green waiting to come in. And he'll wait a little longer as Corey throws it in. Nice pass. Durfee with a scoring chance, and that should put this one away. Number 22, Ennis Larby with goal number 2. A pair of goals in the last 5 minutes of game time. Durfee with a 3-1 lead. Five minutes is a lot of time, but that one should put this one out of reach if Durfee continues to play as they've been playing. That one went right through the legs of Vega, the New Bedford goalie, right through his legs. And it's Vega who will get to kick it out of net. Towards midfield, it lands about the 40-yard line. Cameron Montero trying to send it down the field. Sajbin, a whistle is blown. Free kick for the Whalers. Mimoso waiting for his teammates to get down the field. Time not on New Bedford's side right now. This one headed towards the net. Played off the head. Cleared nicely by Durfee. Up the field it goes. Turned around by Ethan Faria, who will send it out of play. Durfee will throw it in. Off of Montero. So Corey will do it again. Junior Perez here, number 8. Another shot on net. Oh, just wide of the net. So close. I like the aggressiveness from the Hilltoppers in this second half. Taking shots on net, not being afraid. That's how you got to play. About 3 minutes to play in the game. Durfee still holding to the 3-1 lead after 2 goals over the last 10 minutes of play by Anis Larby. Be thrown in by Mimoso. It's interesting how play pattern or patterns of play, I guess, occur, because so many times the ball went out of play on the far side in the first half. Or when you flip the field for the second half and you reverse everything, now we've had a lot of plays here on the near sideline. So it shows you which players are more aggressive, always going to the ball, kicking the ball out, trying to stop play and stop the opponent in its tracks. Even if they have to throw it in and it still stops the flow, it interrupts everything. So it's really interesting how you see certain patterns develop as the game goes on. This one, just a couple minutes left before it'll expire. Kicked out of play towards the bench. Junior Perez sent it out of play. Connor Addison breaking. The pass headed his way. Has some help. Stefanillo Barboza, though, will try to clear it. He sends it out of play. It will be New Bedford ball. That one to the far side. Not a huge contingency of fans this afternoon, but nonetheless, those who came today, everybody's still here. That gets by Marco Corey. Justin Barros on the break. He goes down. Be a free kick again. Not much time, and everybody's going to get down the field. A little slow roller. William Boner collapses on it. He'll take his time to get back up as the clock continues to wind down. Should be in stoppage time now. Just a few more ticks. Another foul will result in a free kick. To the far side of the field it goes. Kevin Abarca trying to deaden it. York Sargebin in there for the Hilltoppers. No whistles. Down the field it goes. Whalers will go after it. Vega coming out of net to clear it out. Panameno will play it on the sidelines. Number 7 gives way to Kendall Pacheco. Pacheco tries to find Kevin Abarca. He cannot. Good defensive pressure from the Hilltoppers. Pedro Costa and Anthony Ferreira, 25 and 5, waiting on the sidelines to come into the game. Not sure that they'll even get a chance. And we had a player down in the backfield. Down at the other end of the field, just seeing as well. Coming up slowly. Bit of a limp. Our trainer, Kelly, coming out. Not sure who that is, but that is the last thing that Durfee needs. So the substitutions will happen. Sargebin comes out, as well as the injured player here. We'll wait to see his number. I think that's Sobrero, number 18. As the ball rolls out of play. No, that's Connor Addison. He came out in that Brockton game as well. He did return, but he had come out in that game. So he's a little bit beat up. He'll sit out the rest of this game. Not much longer to go. Corey plays it off the toes. Pedro Costa after it. He'll kick it ahead to his teammate. No whistle. This one hit towards the net. Breaking was Justin Moniz. Into the hands of Vega it goes. Panameno trying to play it right along the sidelines. He deadens the ball. It is rolling, and it eventually goes out. It'll be Durfee ball. Another good throw-in from McCory. He's really got that down pat. Larby trying for a hat trick. Takes the shot. No good. He had another opportunity there. Justin Moniz right in Panameno's wheelhouse. Goes out of play. Armando Franco, number 4, waiting to check in. Larby trying to pass across and not looking for it. That time was William Sobrero. And there's the whistle. This one is over. The Hilltoppers. They never trailed. They broke the scoreless tie here in the second half to make it 1-0. Quickly allowed the game-tying goal just a few minutes later. And then it was the Larby show. Back-to-back goals in about 5 minutes of game time for Anis Larby. He put it away. Durfee gets their first Big 3 victory of the season. And they will go to the top of the standings. New Bedford in league play 0-1-1. Brockton 0-0-1. Durfee 1-1-0. Overall, New Bedford gets handed their third loss. They're now 1-3-2. And Durfee improves to 2-2-2 early on this season. Great afternoon here from Mac Aldridge Field. We're glad that you stayed with us here on Fred TV Channel 9. For Brooke Tevz and Brandon Arrayas on camera, I'm Evan Massoud. We'll see you again soon.